Welcome back to the capsON Sports Podcast, NFL Week 9 betting lines. Couple of fellas talking sports here. I am your host for your Week 9 capsON Sports Podcast show, Nick Tobias, joined by three mere humans who can't seem to take the throne from me over the past 4 weeks. I'll start at the bottom here with Mr. Tyler Blumenstick. Stick, you were 1-4 last week, bringing you a 36% for the year. Please say something to make me believe in you this week.
I don't have that prepared for you, nor do I fully believe it, so I can't say that to you. Now we got 5 picks, just like we have for the first 8 weeks. So 40 picks in, we only got 14 of them right. So hopefully we can do a little bit better.
Wow. Well, that wasn't too convincing.
If this was baseball, man, you'd be killing it right now.
I don't believe in myself right now. I just simply don't.
Well,
You're a first ballot Hall of Famer with that average right there.
Yeah, man, you're right up there with Pete Rose without the gambling. Well, I guess
besides for
actually, without a gambling, actually.
Besides Stick, I got my two buddies, my two fellow 2 and 3 capsON crew members with me from our last week record. Sam Meehan, Tony Touchdowns this week. Tony Touchdowns. What's going on? How you feeling?
I gotta change the name until I get back in the win column, until I can get something that that sticks, something that eludes confidence. So it's Tony Touchdowns this week, because that's what we're rooting for. We're rooting for touchdowns this week.
Tony Touchdowns. What about you, Sammy Sprinkles? How you feeling over there, buddy?
I feel pretty good. The record isn't great, obviously, but I went through all the past results today. I could probably put 5 or 6 games into a bullshit shenanigan category where it could have gone either way at the end. So it's not like I'm so far off on all these games. Right there, just a couple unlucky bounces away from being probably the top dog this year. But we're gonna get hot. Feel the second half surge coming on.
I like that. See, Stick, that's the confidence you needed. Instead of saying, "Oh man, I don't know. Hopefully, I'm better this week."
Part of 36% makes you believe that I should be confident right now.
Listen, when you're slumping, you sleep with your bat. That's all I got to say. We were talking about baseball before. So I'll round off the percentages for the year. We got Stick at the bottom, 36%, followed closely by Sammy with 43. I'm in second with 51%. Manos at the top with 55. So couple of the boys shooting over 500 here, which is nice. All right. NFL Week 9. We're not going to talk about the Thursday game because that already happened. The New York Football Jets on the road to Indianapolis Colts. Who really cares about that game? Back to our bullshit Thursday night games where nobody cares about, apparently. So nobody's got a pick on this first game, but I'm interested to see where the fellas sit on this game, especially for the New Orleans Saints. New Orleans Saints at home, hosting the Atlanta Falcons division matchup. Saints favored -6, total set at 42. No more Jabba-Weens, no more Jameis Winston. Sammy's favorite quarterback in the league, arguably the best of all time.
I am heartbroken.
Torn ACL. Looks like Taysom Hill's coming back for the New Orleans Saints. But divisional matchup, Sam, can the Saints do? I know you don't have a pick on this. We got no official picks on this, but apparently, this is the team for you. So what are your reactions?
I want to take the Falcons so bad, but after the past 2 weeks, the Falcons are officially on a probationary period on my betting slate. So at least 3 weeks of not betting on the Falcons because 2 weeks in a row, they bit me in the ass. So we're going to steer clear of that for a while. But, I want to see what happens with the Saints here. So
I agree. I think putting the Falcons on the no bet list is a consensus thing here. I think they belong on my NBL too. But since you're on a roll here with talking, you got first pick of the day. It's going to be coming from Sammy from the Buffalo Bills on the road at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville fresh off of a bye. I think the Bills might be fresh off of a bye too, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, they played the Dolphins, so kind of. So
yeah, okay. So Jacksonville plus 14.5 at home, total set at 48.5. Jacksonville getting a little over 2 touchdowns. Is that enough for T-Law to cover here, Sammy? What are you thinking?
No, I mean, I see a 2 touchdown spread. Your boy is going to go after the big favorite there, especially when it's a proven contender with the Bills here. I think they've proven that they are on the top class of the AFC. The Jaguars, on the other hand, are not. The Bills, they didn't look great last week against the Miami Dolphins on the road or at home. It doesn't matter. Either way, they found a way to cover in the end. So another 2-touchdown spread. And I think the Dolphins are actually a significant step above the Jaguars. Jaguars are lost in every aspect of the game. Give me the Bills on a bit of a bounce back week, a bit of a, hey, let's annihilate this team. It's going to be something stupid like 35-10 or something like that. So give me the Bills.
I like
and
that.
MVP Josh Allen.
MVP Josh Allen. I think the Bills, this is another 40-point week for the Bills, and they kind of beat up on the Jaguars because that's what the Bills do. They feast on lower level teams. All right. Next Sunday, 1:00 game. Tough divisional matchup this week. We got the Cleveland Browns on the road against Cincinnati Bengals. All four of us have a pick on this, so everyone's going to have something to say. Cincinnati home favorites -3, total set at 46.5. Cleveland getting a little banged up in their secondary while getting healthy offensively. OBJ seems to not be on the team anymore. I don't know if that's a help. If that's a win or a loss for Cleveland. Obviously, Cincinnati's rolling right now offensively. I mean, even after the loss last week to the Jets, I still don't think that discounts who the Cincinnati Bengals are this year. 3 picks on the spread, 1 pick on the total. I'm going to let you guys go. I got a pick on the total, but you guys got a spread. And I think your spread picks, automatically play into my total pick. So I'm going to let one of you guys talk. Who wants it? Stick, I've heard you speak. What you got here, Sticky boy?
All right. So, you're on the over. It's 46.5. I could agree with that. But also, I just feel like the Cleveland Browns are a more solid team. The Bengals last week showed that they can have the ability to get, I don't know, like they could falter a little bit, and the Jets got to them. Mike White threw for 400 plus. I just think the Browns are going to be able to stop the Bengals run game and force the ball to be in Burrow's hands. Obviously he wants it there and he wants the connection with his receiving core, but I feel like even though the Browns secondary is banged up, I feel like if they know that the ball is going to or they know that their run defense is stout and they'll be able to slow down, mix in Samaje Perine back there, then they can kind of keep their attention on Burrow, Jamar Chase, and the ladder. I just feel like this is going to be a very slow, methodical Cleveland Browns-esque game. And I think them with a field goal on the road, I think this is going to be pretty close. I think I'd rather just take the Bengals or the Browns here.
Sammy, Mano, I know both of you disagree.
I already spoke, so I'll defer to Mano for this one.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah,
Good
no,
for you, Sam.
I just think the Bengals are a better team, and they dropped the ball last week against the Jets, but I can chalk that up to a look ahead spot, and they wanted to win that game, right? Like the Bengals had it, and they lost it pretty much in the last couple minutes, whatever. But I just feel like Cincinnati's a better team, and a -3 here with Cincinnati on their home basically tells you that this line is that these teams are equally matched. And without getting too far into the numbers, everything my eyes have been telling me is that Cincinnati is a much better team, right? And they're at home. I'll take Cincinnati -3 here pretty easily. And no Baker not Baker Mayfield. No Odell Beckham. I don't know if, like you said, I don't know if it matters, but it's definitely something to navigate. There's been a distraction in Cleveland. So how do they come out and respond to that without him? Obviously, they're gonna say what they have to say, but you see the product on the field when he's on there and when he's off there. They're better without him, but now that it's vocalized and it's out into the ethos, I'd like to see how they respond to that. But I still think Cincinnati's a better team here.
I would officially like to sell my stock that I had bought earlier in the Browns. I am no longer a believer in them as a legit contender. The offense right now is broken. So, and again, the Cincy's, I think they're big play potential, and their offense when it's clicking, you saw in the second half against a solid Baltimore defense 2 weeks ago. The team can score, and like Mano said, I think last week was more of a letdown. They were looking forward to the Browns game, so especially with a young team like that. So I see a big bounce back from them, and I could see this game getting ugly for the Browns.
Yeah, so I'm on the total. I'm taking over 46.5. If you guys ever are bored and you want to take a listen to last week's podcast, I think I said that Cincinnati was due for a letdown week, and I unofficially took the Jets plus 9.5, but that's just me. Cincinnati has scored 30 plus 3 straight weeks, and they're obviously a high pass rate offense. Cleveland is pretty banged up defensively, and Cincinnati does a good job of taking away opponents' teams, rushing game. So Cleveland's going to have to throw the ball. And yeah, no OBJ, but OBJ wasn't a factor the past, 3-4 years he's been in Cleveland anyway. So what does
he's
it
been
really
open
matter?
now.
I mean, he's been open, yes, but
his dad will let you know that.
Oh yeah, no, Odell Sr. will let you know.
I mean, it's a divisional matchup, and usually divisional matchups are pretty close, and that's probably why the spread is the way it is. And I think it can bounce either way. But I think one thing that we can get is at least 25 points from both teams. I think I could see an easy 30-14 victory. I mean, that does not cover the over, but I think that's just an easy way to look at it from here. And I think there's going to be extra point spread, sprinkled in the middle of it. So I'm on over 46.5. I think this is going to be an offensive showdown because I think Cincinnati can finally keep up with the team. And I don't think Cleveland's going to be able to control the ball on the ground. They're going to be forced to throw the ball. So I'm taking over 46.5. All right. Next 1:00 game, the Denver Broncos, the struggling Denver Broncos after going 4-0, are on the road.
3-0. 3-0?
4-0?
3-0.
Okay.
I think it was 3-0, then they ran into an actual football team.
Yeah, the ones 3-0 Denver Broncos are on the road against the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas is expected to start Mr. Dak Prescott after a week off. Dallas at home -10, total set at 49.5. Two conflicting sides here. Dallas is 7-0, or I'm sorry, 8-0 on the spread, or 7-0. Did they have a bye week?
However many games they've played, they've covered every time.
Yes, and I don't know if they.
Yeah, there's 7-0. I think they had a bye.
Dallas 7-0 on the spread. I personally think I'm going to ride their. I don't have an official pick on this, but I think I'm going to ride Dallas's spread because why not ride it while it's hot? Mano, are you on the same train?
Yeah, I like Dallas here. Like you said, they're getting Dak Prescott back, but a lot of their.
Are we sure about that?
Yes,
he's going to play. I think he could have played last week, but I don't think
he's going to.
Why put him out there? But
he's going to play.
I think it's the same kind of deal this week, though. If he's not 100%, I don't think they're going to force him out there. But
maybe here are your three sources.
I'll let you go.
Here are your three sources. He's starting.
I'm a little concerned that the skill position guys on Dallas are a little banged up, but I trust Dak Prescott and Kellen Moore to scheme up a good offensive plan. This is more of a play on A, fading Stick because he's garbage, and B.
Could not be more of an accurate statement.
I don't know if the Broncos can score, period. I don't think they have a really good offense. I think Pat Shurmur and that coaching staff is probably on the hot seat. I wouldn't be surprised if they get fired midseason, to be completely honest with you. After throwing up a donut
honestly.
like this week. Yeah, I mean, that they thrived off shitty teams like the Giants. So
the Jaguars, yeah.
Yeah, the Jaguars.
That's the best 2-win team I've ever seen, though, the Giants.
So Stick, you apparently think that the Denver Broncos offense can score more than 10 points. I mean,
I no longer have a pick on this game. I deferred to the Sunday night game, so we'll have to wait for that.
Oh, he has changed. He has changed.
Oh,
I strike fear.
Now
you just talked some really talk some sense into me on that one. I just feel like Dallas is probably going to blow out Denver, and I just didn't. I felt like I assumed that their offense was going to be able to somewhat keep up, but you're right. They're not going to score points. I think Dallas is probably
wait. Now you changed to the Sunday night game. You're on the same side as me. Dude, you can't do that.
I can do that.
No, you cannot do that.
Yes, I can. I can do whatever I want.
So I'm the only one with a pick on that?
God, yeah, Mano's the only one with the pick on that.
Well, why did you like Denver? Prior to
it's just a lot of points. And I know they started off hot and then now they're going downhill, but they're not that bad of a team.
Yes,
I also neglected.
They have no offense. They
just traded Von Miller.
Exactly. So
they're paying Von Miller $9 million to be in LA.
It's really just the fact that the Denver defense has a shot to keep this game within 10 points against Dallas, but I feel like it's much more likely.
What shot? I don't think they do.
I just think I was going to say, I think it's more likely
they're
that Dallas,
the highest paid defense in the league, and they're probably the worst or among the worst.
For the 5 listeners out there, this is why you fade Stick.
The game hasn't even happened yet. You don't know. This is messed up.
Let's move on to the Hokie special here, Nick.
Nick's talking so much crap, and you're betting on the team that I'll let you announce it. But let's see.
this is not the same team that has lost 7 in a row here.
This is a completely different team than we've seen the past 3 weeks with Davis Mills at the quarterback.
Completely different team. Okay.
This is a completely different team.
Sure.
Houston Texans on the road against the Miami Dolphins. Miami at home -6.5. Total set at 49.5. Houston's getting Tyrod Taylor back.
Yeah, he's playing in Houston for a reason, Nick. In Houston.
Yeah, because
shut the fuck up and let me and Nick talk about this game.
Dude, the Chargers punctured his lung and it pretty much left him out for dead. And Houston was the only team that said, "Hey, let me just start you," because why wouldn't any other team should have picked him up? Like the Washington football team probably should have picked him up. There's a couple teams that could have picked up and used a veteran, like the New York Jets. Like there's a couple really good teams, or not really. There's a couple teams that could have used a veteran like Tyrod Taylor. Now, Miami sucks. Okay, you can look at Tua's stats and you can say Tua's stats are great. He threw for 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, whatever the hell you want to look at. All the Miami fans out there watch the game and they watch how bad his decision making is. It's horrid. I don't under a touchdown here against arguably one of the 2 worst teams in the league, 2 bottom 5 teams in the league. You're giving me Tyrod Taylor, who didn't play last week strictly because they wanted him healthy for this week. I was literally all over Houston beat writers on Twitter the past 2 days because I've been fiending for Tyrod Taylor to come back. Dave Culley was just being super precautionary. Tyrod Taylor's been like full-fledged in practice, full gas on the pedal, like he's ready to go. He's got legs, he's got an arm. I love Tyrod Taylor. I still think he's a pretty decent NFL quarterback. You know, he's not going to be top tier, but he's going to do better than some other people like Mike White or anybody like that. He
won't be the worst.
Hey, Mike White is solid.
Okay, yes.
That's Hall of Fame display case, Mike White.
Listen, I mean, there's a lot of emotion in this pick. I'm not gonna lie to you, there's a lot of emotion in this. But I also think I'm on the right side here, and I love Houston plus 6.5. I wanted to get it over 6.5, so I bought it at 7.5 to buy myself the extra point. I think that's smart for anyone who's listening. I think you should buy a whole ass point. But I'm taking 6.5 anyway because roll Hokies, roll Ty God. Sammy, oh my God, take it away, buddy.
I don't know if I take Miami -7 against the fucking Georgia Bulldogs, let alone a NFL team right now. They are
yikes.
They're not good. Like, no, I've never seen a fan base defend dog shit play like the Miami Dolphins fans defend Tua. Like, yeah, he'll look okay at times, but the dude, he
got benched for Fitzpatrick in like the 4th quarter. Was like, hey, sit the hell down because let me start my backup.
Yeah, he's not that good. Like, and yeah, it's good that hip injury and those last few weeks at Bama is still affecting him. He can't do that deep ball anymore like he did back in college. Like until I see something different, Tua's not it. And Tyrod he's a solid NFL quarterback, like especially in a backup role or in a dog shit team role like Houston is. Like he smacked around Jacksonville week 1, and I consider Miami on the same tier as Jacksonville. And Houston with Tyrod, they're a little above that. I mean, I think Houston wins this game outright. So you're gonna give me 7 points? Yeah.
Okay.
We love the Church of Ty God.
All right. Yeah.
Ty God, baby.
Yeah. Prayer circle for Ty God Taylor because no one's been underappreciated like that man has been because he's a journeyman and he does his job anywhere he goes. When he was in Buffalo, he did his job. I love the man. Anyway, next 1 o'clock game. One that I'm happy that we're not talking about. The Las Vegas Raiders on the road against the COVID-stricken, I guess you can call it the COVID-stricken New York Football Giants. Giants +3, total set at 47.5. Giants are probably going to be without Saquon. They might get Kenny Golladay back. They're not going to have Sterling Shepard. Honestly, who the hell cares about this game? I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to bet on it. I hate the Giants, and I really just hope they lose because I'm so sick and tired of watching the Giants play football.
Giants money line.
It's okay. That's exactly why we move on to the next game. Next game, again, no pick on this game, but I had a pick in here for the long time, and I almost took it out. I mean, I almost left it in. I just took it out. Minnesota on the road at Baltimore. Baltimore -6, total set at 49.5. I had Minnesota on this game. I think this is a great game for Minnesota. I think this is a great game for Kirk Cousins. Baltimore's defense isn't the Baltimore's defense that it always used to be. They really only have Marlon Humphrey. After that, who else do you really have?
Patrick Queen, right?
Yeah, Patrick Queen.
He is there.
Again, like they're getting Derek Wolfe back on the defensive line. They have Calais Campbell.
And Nick, you're forgetting about another Hokie great and Chuck Clark.
Chuck Clark. Yes, sir. I just like this spot for Minnesota coming off of, what they've been really able to do offensively all year. I think they have a good offense, and I think they'll be able to keep up with Baltimore. I don't know if you guys have a comment on it, because I think this is a good game.
It's a good thing you took it off, because I agree with you.
Oh, that's a great thing I took it off. Then thank you.
Yeah, I had Baltimore as I was seeing one of two picks. I took Baltimore out because it's 6 points. It's a lot of points. And Minnesota, they're different week by week. Like, you'll have Kirk Cousins looking like he's played football before in a 2-minute drill last week against the Cowboys. And you'll have 1 week where he goes for 450 and like 3-4 touchdowns. Like, I don't know what we're going to get from Kirk Cousins week by week. And same with the Ravens, especially defensively. So, yeah, 6 points, a lot of points either way. So, I was leaning Baltimore, but this is a tough game to pick.
All right. Last 1:00 game. This is another one I had to pick on, but I had to take it off because Stick had the same pick as me.
Stick's going to go 4-0, 5-0 this week.
Oh, yeah. He's going to
happen one of these weeks.
If this is the week he goes 5-0 or 4-1 and he has a great week, then he can have it.
He'd still be 19-25. So
yeah, it don't matter. Last 1:00 game, New England Patriots on the road at the Carolina Panthers. Carolina plus 3.5, total set at 41.5. Carolina not expected to have Sam Darnold. They're expected to start PJ Walker. Possible CMC in the backfield for the Panthers. I honestly don't think it makes much of a difference if PJ Walker is going to be your quarterback. Patriots on a bit of a roll. They kind of showed the Chargers, gave him the business last week. Mac Jones finally looks comfortable. Belichick looks like he's got a good defense, even though I can't name a single player on that defense. Besides what's his name, Matt Judon. Other than that, I really couldn't tell you much.
Good.
So Stick and I are on the same one, except Stick has an official one because he and I are on the same page. Stick, take it away.
I just think that this is fairly simple. The Carolina Panthers have not been able to figure out offensively the last couple of weeks. Darnold's not going to be playing. McCaffrey, what did you say? He's back? He's not going to be back? I don't think it matters.
I think it's still up in the air, but I think he's expected to return.
Okay. Regardless, Bill Belichick is that coach that can take away your number one weapon, and he'll limit McCaffrey about as much as you can probably limit Christian McCaffrey. But no, if you have a sputtering offense, Bill Belichick's defense is not the defense that you want to go up against to figure it out, because it's going to confuse the hell out of you. I'm going to go with New England to cover 3.5 on the road. I feel like they'll probably win by 5 to 7, maybe 8 points.
Listen, it was so hard for me to take this off because I love this New England pick so much.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about Belichick taking away not only so you figure they take away the best player. If it's Christian McCaffrey, he's gone. If you think about if it's not Christian McCaffrey, it's DJ Moore, he's gone. Okay. You don't have Sam Darnold, you have PJ Walker, and all Belichick is known for is demolishing rookie quarterbacks or first-year quarterbacks or inexperienced quarterbacks, whatever you want to call it, who PJ Walker is, and I think he's going to get demolished. Even if you see Sam Darnold, Belichick's seen Sam Darnold his whole career. I think he's going to demolish him. Listen, I love Patriots 3.5 here. I really do, and it's not an official pick, but I'm pushing hard for it, but I can't have it on there because Stick has it on there. But
got the same pick later, so you can't run.
We do have the same pick.
You can run, but you can't hide, Nick.
I have two picks with Stick coming back to back coming up. So
let's go.
All right. So since we're talking about back-to-back picks, first Sunday 4:00 game, this one I'm not gonna lie to you, makes me very nervous. I hear a lot of sharps are on the opposite side of this game. I've heard it and I've watched it and I've seen it, and it makes me nervous. The line's moved. It has moved a lot. Los Angeles Chargers on the road at the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia Eagles plus 1.5, total 50.5. It feels like the Chargers are such an easy pick here.
Let me take the lead here.
Oh gosh.
Oh Jesus. All right.
No. Last week. No. I picked the Detroit Lions to beat the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, God damn it.
Embarrassingly bad.
That was
Bad
sick. I hate to interrupt you, but that was the stupidest thing you've ever said in your entire life.
That's definitely not true, but it was up there. But clearly I don't have a good read on the Eagles, but I feel like I have a good enough read on the Eagles to know that they're not that good and not within a point and a half of the LA Chargers, even playing in Philly at home. I've seen the Giants go into Philly and play them, and the Giants have not been good. They've played them pretty tough. I just think the Chargers are miles better than any Giants team that they ran out there, or honestly, most teams in the NFL. They had a weird game against Baltimore where they just didn't play well whatsoever. They couldn't stop the run. Regardless, Philly's not that good. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but it's happened before. I'm pretty comfortable being wrong at this point. So let's just keep it going.
This line is where it is.
Well, this week,
because the Eagles just stomped a team, right? Like that's why it's.
Yeah, but it was the Lions, and like I know I picked them.
I know.
Still.
No, listen. If you've watched a lot of Chargers games, Chargers look questionable, and I have to say, Philly's defensive coordinator is good. Listen, Philly's defense isn't great, but he's good in schemes, and obviously Belichick laid out a pretty good game plan last week against the Chargers on how to stop Justin Herbert. That's probably why it is the way it is, and I guess. But what is home going to give you? 6 points here? I don't know.
I think the talent on the Chargers are that much better. And I think this line is a lot lower because the Eagles just ran over like a really shitty fucking Lions team. But
I totally agree.
Yeah, that's a big reason. Also, the Chargers have kind of laid 2 duds back to back, where I'm going to put the Ravens 2 weeks ago on the fact, it's a LA team, West Coast team playing at 1 p.m. Eastern time. And
a little sleepy.
Last week you got the classic, Belichick just shutting down, a good offense kind of thing. Hey, we got a 4:00 kickoff on the East Coast. That's 1 p.m. on the West. They'll be a little more awake this time. And look at the roster, both sides. The Chargers have a much better roster, and I think they know that if they lose this game, it's going to be a very tough to win the division, especially with the Raiders looking good. So I think the Chargers have a big week this week. 1.5, I think is a fair spread. It's going to be a tough game because that Philly team is low-key scrappy. They have a solid defense, but I think the Chargers better roster they pulled out in the end. So,
yeah, I mean, Philly's, anyone who plays fantasy football, and I had Jalen Hurts recently, not anymore. Philly's a big second half football team because they trail at the end of the first and they just got to throw the ball at the end of the whole second half. So they look like a pretty decent second half team, and that's kind of where I'll leave that with Philly. I took him last week and I loved it, and fucking Stick is just an idiot. Anyway, so all four of us are on this game. This is the only game this week that all 4 of us are on. It's split down the middle, so you guys got to listen to this one. Arizona Cardinals on the road, at the San Fran 49ers. San Fran -1, total set at 45. Kyler Murray is still questionable, hasn't really practiced all week. Cliff Kingsbury said he's day-to-day, doesn't know if he's going to play or not. Supposedly it was a severely sprained ankle. It was supposed to be a 2 to 3 week injury, but he might play. All the smoke and mirrors because obviously they don't want to know the game plan or know who's playing, who's not playing, whatever. San Fran starting Jimmy Garoppolo. Great win a couple weeks ago, especially when you see other offense ran and stuff like that. Split down the middle. I'm going to let Stick pick because I'm fading Stick. So Stick, please talk first so I can say exactly the opposite of what you're saying.
All right, fine. I don't care. I'll take the lead because Sam will back me up and I can be comfortable knowing that.
Oh, I'll go nuts on his ass right now.
And listen, I'm just prefacing this. Both of your picks are probably based on the fact that Kyler Murray's playing.
I have a backup 5th pick. This is a provisional pick. If Kyler Murray is out, I have a backup pick.
Too bad there's no backup.
I'm saying that now.
Honestly, we should be able to play provisionals like that because last week I got screwed.
That's not my problem. That's not my problem.
Pick.
I got screwed too.
Last week I took the over in the Monday night.
Okay? Shut the fuck up. Your pick pre-Dak being out still won, so shut the fuck up.
So that means I'm a good capper. That's what I'm talking about, Sammy.
Exactly.
Thanks for the hype. Thanks for the hype.
All right.
Stick, what kind of stupid
shit
you
my backup in right now.
It's not going to be stupid shit. I feel like it's a pretty straight-lined logic here. So, Arizona, whether Kyler Murray is questionable, George Kittle's returning. If you take one key player on both sides, under fully healthy circumstances, I feel like the Cardinals should be favored by maybe 4 or 5 points here. I don't think that makes up this difference. The fact that Kyler is questionable. I just looked up, I Googled his name. First 3 articles all said should be good to go, even without practice. George Kittle is going to make a difference for that offense, but I mean, he's coming off an injury. It's been pesky. It's been bothering him for years.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Wait. He's coming off an injury. You're talking about a mobile quarterback coming off of a sprained ankle.
I'm talking about George Kittle coming off an injury.
George Kittle, who plays 4% of the games last 2 seasons. The dude can't stay healthy.
Exactly.
He'll probably re-injure something in quarter 2. Arizona's defense. I mean, J.J. Watt. That's a big miss right there. But
yeah,
who the fuck on the Niners can do anything? I mean, Garoppolo, Lance. I don't care who's the quarterback.
Probably only
offense
Debo.
Does not scare me at all.
All the Niners have to do is run the ball, and they control the game, which all they've been doing is run the ball and controlling the game. They have Elijah Mitchell run the ball for them. You could throw JaMychal Hasty in there. You could throw maybe not Trey Sermon because Trey Sermon's been shit. You throw Deebo Samuel in the backfield. I really don't think it matters. I don't really care who the quarterback is. I think San Fran's going to win this at home.
I mean, they've controlled the game to a 3-4 record. They haven't been very impressive to me on offense at all.
It's a fair point, Sam. It's a very fair point.
They can dominate the ball every game. They're not winning games, especially against. No, probably their best game this season was against Arizona a few weeks ago, and they still lost by a touchdown.
No, but they still dominated Arizona. Arizona kind of got away with
They lost.
Yeah, but if you watch
that is literally my point exactly. They dominate the game. What you say. And
all right, so you picked. Okay,
lose.
so if the loss is what matters, and the Cincinnati pick against Cleveland should matter because they lost against the Jets last week, arguably the worst team in the league. So you want to talk about wins and losses instead of what it.
That's why I'm on Cleveland. It makes perfect sense.
That's literally.
Yeah, but Sam's on Cincy. So if that's Sam's
the difference
argument,
is I'm talking about right now 2 teams that already played each other a few weeks ago.
Mano, can you bring some sense in this conversation?
Yeah, I think Kyler's hurt. Hopkins is hurt.
AJ Green's out.
AJ Green's got COVID. Yeah, I mean,
come on.
You're gonna make Kyler Murray stand in the pocket with a bummed ankle? Good fucking luck. These teams.
Do you even know who their backup is? Do you know who their backup is? I don't know.
It's Colt McCoy.
I am.
Oh, there you go. Colt
McCoy.
And there's the problem. Sam's the backup. That's the problem.
Colt McCoy won a game last year. Colt McCoy can come out and win a game this year. Yeah, no, I'm just banking on the injuries here. I don't trust Arizona's offense. If Hopkins has a hammy injury and Kyler Murray's got a bum ankle and AJ Green's not going to play, it's going to be the Rondale Moore show, and you're going to make Kyler Murray's going to have to stay in the pocket. These teams played a really close game a couple weeks ago. Like Sam said, they lost by a touchdown, but at home, getting a point? I can live with that.
I'm going to officially announce here that if Kyler is inactive, my pick is switching from this to the Atlanta Falcons +6.
Okay. So they're off probation?
It is on the record that I have a backup pick if Kyler is inactive.
Okay.
All right. So for what it's worth, I'll have a little stats that matter, a little stats that maybe don't matter but can add to the argument. When San Fran lost, what was it, a couple weeks ago when they played Arizona, they were plus 0.7 yards per play against Arizona, and they were 1-5 on fourth down. A couple of those fourth downs go San Fran's way, and I think the game is a whole lot different than the way you see losing by a touchdown. And if home field advantage is that much of a big deal, then San Fran should have the big deal here. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to be watching that game a lot, and I can't wait to.
I think it's the best game of the weekend. I mean, it's going to be a fucking battle.
Yeah, I mean, I think the total set at 45 is pretty accurate. I think both teams are going to try to control the game on the run. I think Arizona is going to have to hand the ball off a lot because you get Kyler Murray running the football. All he needs is an angle tackle, and there you go. You get to see Colt McCoy.
You know what? Regardless of who's active, I would like to officially switch to Atlanta +6.
Hard pivot.
Wow, that's how nervous he is. Stick, he's fading you again. He's fading you again.
No, because that's more because I want to Atlanta so bad. There's a little stat. Teams that cover versus teams that did not cover the week prior. Teams that did not cover are 32-14-1, which would be a Arizona pick this week, but also an Atlanta pick this week. I do not have a gambling problem. I'm just addicted to betting on the Falcons.
Yeah, that's a problem.
This will be 3 straight weeks now. If the Falcons lose, if they're not covered this week, they are officially never being bet again.
Yeah, I think they deserve to. I think they deserve to never be played again. Okay. Last 4:00 game on Sunday. COVID-stricken Green Bay Packers against the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City at home, -7. Total set at 48.5. Green Bay is going to be missing Mr. Aaron Rodgers, which is obviously a huge blow. Jordan Love, first career NFL start. That's probably why the total is where the spread is where it's at now. It used to be, I think it was Green Bay +1, and then it jumped up 6 points when the COVID news broke. No one has a pick on this game, and I think it's right. I think it's right that nobody touches this game. Honestly, I think Kansas City blows them out of the fucking water. Kansas City's been I've been like on edge with the Kansas City get right game for the past like 3 weeks. And I really thought it was going to be against the Giants. I guess it was because it was Monday night. It wasn't. But you're talking about just a regular Sunday game, 425 at home. I think this is a huge get right game. I mean, I personally love Kansas City -7. I don't have to take it because Kansas City hasn't been reliable at all this year. But I think this is where Kansas City kind of gets back to it. I don't know what you guys think.
Still don't trust that defense.
Yeah.
I don't know if 7 is the threshold for me, but I don't know. Maybe if it was like 10, maybe it will get to 10 by Sunday at 425. I think I would jump on the Packers.
Really? You think Jordan Love can at least get it that close?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. I mean, he's getting Devontae. He's getting Adams back.
I think they can game plan something where Love isn't the focal point of. I mean, we just watched Devontae Booker kind of low key shred the Chiefs. So you're telling me Aaron Jones can't do 3 times that? Like,
yeah, good call. Good call. I mean, it's still sitting at 7 on BetMGM for what it's worth. It hasn't really moved since these lines changed a couple days ago. Okay, Sunday night, 8:20 p.m. We got the Tennessee Titans on the road against the Los Angeles Rams. Los Angeles -7.5, total set at 53.5. Couple storylines on both sides. Tennessee obviously losing Derrick Henry for possibly the rest of the season. It's about an 8 to 10 week injury. Hopefully they get him back by the playoffs. Obviously it's not guaranteed. Julio Jones is questionable like he is every week because who the hell knows if he's playing. Tennessee signed Adrian Peterson, who hasn't played in, 2 years because he was in great shape. And apparently that's supposed to make a difference. Los Angeles Rams just traded for Von Miller, who is expected to play. Apparently it's funny whenever there are these blockbuster trades for stars with these injuries, as soon as they get traded, their injuries vanish. It's not that bad. Like Von Miller's ankle isn't really that bad anymore. He's past his physical and he's practicing, and he's expected to play for the Rams defense, who I think is going to absolutely feast on the.
Even if he doesn't know the defensive playbook, like what are they going to ask him to do? Like literally just get after it.
They're going to say, hey, listen, get after the quarterback or just drop back in zone coverage. Just one of the other.
Hey, go kill Ryan Tannehill. That's the play.
Yeah, just go get him.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to say Von Miller tackle Ryan Tannehill or Jeremy McNichols, whatever you want to do. 2 picks on this game. Stick and I are on the same side, which I alluded to this whole entire show, and I'm very disappointed in this. Even though I really strongly think it's the right side. I mean, I have LA 6.5, and I'm taking 7.5 on the show because I think 7.5 is even good enough for me. God, if 6.5 hits and 7.5 doesn't stick, I am going to kill you.
There's nothing that I could do. No, look, I just think that Tennessee, without Derrick Henry, is going to force Ryan Tannehill to throw the ball down the field. You take Jalen Ramsey, you cancel out A.J. Brown. Then is Julio even playing or what?
He's questionable every week. He's just who knows if he's going to play.
I don't know. Regardless of if he plays or not, I just think the Rams offense is going to expose the Tennessee Titans defense that has severely overperformed. I don't think they're as good as they have been this year. Because
they don't have Derrick Henry anymore.
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm saying the defense, but they're going to. Huh? You say something?
Oh, no, sorry. I was like, I forgot Derrick Henry played defense, but.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Nick's just being a silly goose.
I think the Rams will comfortably win this game at home, and it's going to be kind of like a shock to the Tennessee Titans. They're going to be like, oh, we got to figure out how to move on without our Lord and Savior, Derrick Henry. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
No, I love it. Tennessee's been on a roll, and now they lose, and they lose their best player on the team, and it's not even a question. And it was funny. I hate Rex Ryan with all my heart. I hate all the Ryans. They're all really annoying. Rex Ryan went on whatever the media. He went publicly. He said officially that Derrick Henry should be the MVP because he means more to his team than anybody else in the entire league, which I wholeheartedly agree. Without Derrick Henry, you look at the Tennessee Titans, you're like, who the hell is this team? What's their identity? They're not going to be able to run the ball against the Los Angeles Rams, who have arguably one of the best defenses in the league. And then, like you said, Stick, you have Jalen Ramsey, who's going to take away A.J. Brown, who's going to leave Julio Jones or whoever their second string is, Westbrook Nichols or whatever. I don't even know what his name is. I think Tennessee kind of comes back to earth. Tennessee's defense is going to get flamed over top. Janoris Jenkins is the only person I can name on this Tennessee defense, and that means
not a good thing.
It's definitely not a good thing. I mean, you got Cooper Kupp, who is the best fantasy football wide receiver in the league, and
he might be the best wide receiver in the league. You can call him that. I don't think anybody would fight you.
I mean, he's getting over 100 receiving yards a game and at least a touchdown every game, just waking up and putting on his cleats. I think Los Angeles blows this team out of the fucking water. And Los Angeles, they're the front runner to win the championship this year. And I think I like them more than, especially with this Von Miller trade, I'm going to like them more long-term than Tampa Bay Buccaneers personally. I love Los Angeles -7.5 here, especially at home. They're sleepwalking right now. They can do whatever the hell they want. They'll be all right. Okay. Sunday's all done. We're talking Monday Night Football. I love Monday Night Football, especially now that I get to watch the Manning cast. This game, however, is horrific. I don't know if I'd rather watch this Monday night game or the Thursday night game, honestly. I really don't. I mean, it's only Monday night. I'm only going to say Monday night because I have a pick on it. But this game is horrific. The Chicago Bears on the road against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh -6.5 at home, total set at 40.5. Mano and I are both on the same side here, and I think this is the right side. Pittsburgh is bad. I mean, dare I say horrible? I mean, they have no offense. Their offense
just beat the Browns.
I really don't even know who the Pittsburgh Steelers are anymore.
The defense is good.
Defense is always going to be solid. Death taxes in Pittsburgh's defense.
Mano, you got something? Because you can
I mean, the total here is 40. Well, 40.5, right? And you're going to give me 6.5 points with Chicago. Even if Chicago, I don't know. Even if they struggle, I feel like they can keep it close because the 40 points only on the total, right? It's going to be a defensive struggle the entire game. And even without Khalil Mack on the other side for the Bears, they're still a solid defense.
Yeah.
The Bears always have a solid defense too.
Let's go. I have some stats that matter here. Pittsburgh could not cover the 5.5 spread against Geno Smith. That's bad. Pittsburgh 0-3 as a favorite this season, 5.5, 2.5, and 5.5. And it is easy to see why. Pittsburgh is the 31st offense in efficiency success rate and 25th in yards per play. Bad.
It's not good.
Nope. That means nothing explosive is going to happen for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and this game is going to be slow as hell all game. It's going to be a field goal game the whole way down. It's going to be 10-3, and then it's going to be 7. It's going to be 14-10, and then it's going to be this and that. It's going to be awful. It's going to be an awful game to watch. I kind of think Justin Fields maybe makes something happen here. He showed a little magic last week. Justin Fields, that is, against San Fran. Granted, they couldn't cover. I just think this is more of a play against the Pittsburgh Steelers than it is for the Chicago Bears. So I'm happy Mano's on my side here, and it's not Stick. That makes me feel a lot more better about this game. Stick, I'd ask your opinion, but personally, I don't even really want to know.
Hey, now.
I don't want to give any more picks than I have to give. Trust me.
Honestly, all this Stick slander is just leading to Stick going 5-0 this week.
Yeah, he's going to go 5-0. He's going to host.
I've been fine for the first couple seasons of this, and I'm having a down year, and I'll remember this for the next time somebody else has a down year because you guys are screwed.
Hey, but Stick, you know what we got coming up soon, buddy?
College basketball. That's where we really turn it around.
Oh, little. Okay, so
hashtag not NAD.
Plug a little cap rack in here. NCAA men's basketball. covered almost every single day by yours truly,
Well,
Mr.
all
Tyler.
right. It's a great promise and all, and I wish we could do it every single day, but I don't.
I said
think it's gonna
almost.
happen.
I said almost.
Okay, but I don't even know if it's going to be almost. It might just be like weekends, but
That's true.
we'll figure it out and stay tuned. So
that's true. The boys got a job.
I'll get
okay.
on TikTok
The
and do this
games.
shit.
it's also true.
Boys got jobs now. So Cap Rack, this kid.
We're above you on my screen, so
Okay.
You're
You
under
edit
me.
this, so you gotta.
Okay. So it's gonna be
Little Brady bunch.
I'm pointing
possibly
at Nick now.
It might be him. It might be him, or it might be him. It could
no,
be him
still
too.
not right.
There's two. There's at least
It's
two. Out
me.
of
You get a diagonal.
It's Sam, Nick, Mano.
This is terrible. It's gone off the rails.
That's terrible. Well, I don't know. You guys got anything? You got anything? I mean,
All right,
listen,
here. I neglected to say anything before, but I don't know. Sam's pick wouldn't bode well, but every single guest that has appeared on the Manning cast has lost the following week. Josh Allen was on this week.
There's
They're
no
playing the-
fucking way the Jaguars.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I didn't mention
Wow. Wow.
If the Jags beat the Bills, that would be pretty freaking
amazing.
They
insane.
don't have to beat the Bills. They just got to cover. They just got to cover.
No, they have
If
to
the,
beat them.
if the Jags beat the Bills, then I'm full on the curse is real. So, but that can't happen.
Well, yeah, that's true. Tom Brady didn't cover last week. Wow.
He didn't win
Wow.
either. It's not even a cover. It's a
Not they
win.
didn't cover. They've all lost.
It's a win.
Sammy, does that make you nervous? Honestly, you look a little shook.
It shouldn't. It really shouldn't.
This is not like at least the week after they've all been like pretty good games. Like Kelsey lost at the Ravens, fucking Brady lost at the Saints. Like they've all been like pretty close matchups. Like
Josh Allen
going into
lost
the game.
at the Jaguars.
I don't know.
Wow.
I
hope it doesn't happen,
Unofficial
because then
Jaguars
we're gonna
plus
have to
14
bet.
and a half here.
I mean, like if the Jags cover, I'll consider that a win for the Manning cast. So
Wow. Okay.
Mm.
Well,
We'll
I guess with that stat that matters. I'll wrap it up here. capsON Sports Podcast again. NFL Week 9. Got your fellas here: Nick, Stick, Mano, and Sammy. Be back with us next week because I'm sure you're gonna hear some idiocy, some sanity, a little bit of both. And everybody fade Stick from here on out. That's all I could say.
I'm gonna go 5-0 this week. It's okay.
Stick. I can't wait until you go 5-0. You can host this one more time because you haven't hosted this podcast since week 1 and then before that last year. So